Let's be honest. Asking for a raise is one of the most awkward conversations in the workplace. You can present to a room full of executives, you can manage crisis, but the moment you sit across your boss and say, "So, about my salary," suddenly you are sweating like you just ran a marathon. Salary talk is like a karaoke. Half of the room is too scared to try and other half is butchering it. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be painful. Today, I will walk you through 4 real stories, mine and others, about salary disasters, recovery, and one glorious win. So you can ask for more without crying. Hi, I'm Sonal and welcome back to Shri What's It Out, the podcast where we laugh at our own chaos, swap survival tips for working life, and sometimes cry into coffee cup. But today, we won't. Today, we are talking about salary talk. You know, the magical conversation where your self-worth, imposter syndrome, and LinkedIn research all crash into one moment. I will share stories of what not to do and what kind of works and actually gets result, so you can walk into your next negotiation with confidence instead of fear. Ready? Let's go. Overshare interview. So there I was, sitting across from a recruiter, feeling pretty good about myself. Interview had gone really well. I nailed the questions, and that's when the question came. So, what's your salary expectation? And that's where it all went downhill. Instead of me saying just a number, I launched into a monologue that could have been won me the Oscar in the category of most personal information shared in a professional setting. I started explaining him about my rent, my grocery bill, my student loan, and how oat milk is somehow twice price of a regular milk. The recruiter just sat there, blinking, probably wondering why he suddenly knew about my grocery list. The more I talked, the worse it got. I could feel myself digging deeper and deeper, but I couldn't stop. I sounded less like a confident professional, more like I was applying for GoFundMe page. By end, the recruiter didn't even ask me for follow-up. He just politely said, "Why don't you send me your salary range later?" Translation, please, for the love of HR, stop talking. That day I learned a golden rule. Salary talk is not a therapy. They don't need your life story. They just needed a researched number, backed by fact, and less you explain, the stronger you sound. The nervousness, laughter, negotiation. Years later, I tried again. This time, I went in prepared, or so I thought. I sat across my manager, took a deep breath, and said, "I think my contribution justify a salary adjustment." And then my body betrayed me. I started laughing, not a cute giggle, a full-on awkward crackle. The kind like I just remembered a really bad joke. My manager looked at me like, "Is she okay or should I call HR?" Inside, I was screaming at myself, stop laughing right now. But more I tried, the worse it got. Finally, I pulled out the list of acknowledgements and shared with my manager. The laughter faded as I explained the role expansion, the project I led, the impact I had. My manager nodded and actually took it seriously. And in the end, I got a small bump. So the lesson here is, you can stumble at the start, but if you back it up with fact, you can still recover. Humor and even accidental can humanize you as long as you don't forget the data. Next story is the silence that cost me. This one still hurts. I got this job offer. The salary number popped up in my inbox, and deep down I knew it was lower than the market standard. Even I opened the Glassdoor and confirmed it, and didn't react it properly, but I was a little bit sad inside. Okay. But when the HR asked me, "Are you good with the numbers?" I kind of froze. I smiled and said, "Okay, thank you." That That's it. No counter, no pushback, just pure people pleaser energy. Later, I found out one of my colleagues on exactly same role is making 20% more than me. Why? Because she simply asked. She didn't fight, she didn't threaten to walk away. She just said, I was hoping for more, and she got it. Meanwhile, I was busy being grateful for the opportunity to realize I was shortchanging myself. That silence, it cost me 1,000. So the lesson here is silence in salary talk is expensive. Ask, even if it's scary. Worst case, what's going to happen? They are going to say no. Best case, you will walk richer. Final story today is the calm and collected ask. Fast forward a few years later, I had learned my lessons. This time I came prepared like a pro. I researched the market rate, wrote down my achievement, and even practiced with a friend. By the time this meeting came, I wasn't shaking anymore. I was ready. I sat across my manager and said clearly, based on my contribution and market benchmark, I believe a salary adjustment of X would be fair. And then I shut up. The silence, it was powerful. My heart was racing, but I didn't fill it with nervous chatter or laughter. I let the words sit. The manager blinked, nodded, and said, okay, let me see what we can do. And a week later, I had the raise. Not just a bump, a real meaningful raise. And the confidence boost was priceless. So the lesson here is, preparation plus confidence plus silence equal to negotiation magic. So here is what I learned. First, do not overshare. It's negotiation, not therapy. Second, nervousness, laughter won't kill your ask as long as you got the receipts. Third, silence is expensive, always counter. And fourth, preparation plus confidence plus silence equal to a win. Salary talk is uncomfortable because it's vulnerable, but it's also where the growth begins. You don't have to cry, overshare, or settle. You just need to know your worth and say it loud. So next time you are in salary talk, remember, you're not begging, you are negotiating. Take a deep breath, state your value, practice the most powerful tool of all, shutting up. If you like this video, hit subscribe, share with a friend who needs a raise, and drop a review. Because the only thing scarier than asking for more is never asking at all.